When drawing out shapes within Flash Professional, we have the option of including both lines and fills. This lesson will demonstrate how to manage these two distinct shape properties. So here I have linesfills.fla opened up, and within here is a basic shape. And this shape has been created with the Polystar tool. What we have is the fill, which is sort of the internal or inside portion of the shape. And this exists between the different strokes or the lines. Then outside, we have our lines or strokes. And we can see as we select different pieces that this is a shape here, and this is a stroke. We can see that we don't have the fill selected here. And in a similar way, if I select the fill, our properties inspector is going to show that we have no stroke, yet we have a fill. If I double click on this object, you can see that everything gets selected, both stroke and fill. And we'll be able to modify both of those. If we want to actually convert our stroke to a fill, there's a mechanism for doing that. With the object selected, we simply go up to Modify, go to Shape, and we say Convert Lines to Fills. So you'll notice that the lines just got quite a bit thicker. That's because these have been converted to fills. And it isn't perfect when it does this. It does some estimation and so forth. So you can see here there's a little bit of weirdness going on right along the edges here. But we can see in the Properties Inspector that this is indeed a fill now. If we go to our Subselection tool and select this object, we can see that this fill is now made out of multiple paths and anchor points. When we actually draw out elements upon the stage or upon the work area, we can select to include or not include strokes and fills. So I'm going to go in here and create a rectangle using the rectangle tool. And before I do so, I'm going to actually turn off our stroke by going in to the little swatch here. And I'm going to choose this tiny little box in the corner. It's a white box with a red slash through it. And this is telling Flash that I don't actually want any stroke to be drawn. And then when I draw this out, we can see that there is no stroke applied to this object. In the same way, I can go in and choose stroke, but in my fill, choose that same exact icon there, the little white box with the red line. And that's going to make it so I only draw a stroke and I have no fill. Of course, we can add a fill or a stroke to each of these simply by using the paint bucket in terms of fill and the ink bottle in terms of stroke. Now each of these elements is similar to one another in that they both have fill and stroke. So in this lesson, we've seen how to work with both fill and stroke in shape objects within Flash Professional.